First of all, friends, thank you for coming along tonight to celebrate one of the most important events in the Muslim calendar, which is the Eid al-Fitr. Primarily, Eid means festival, and Fitr is the word for abstinence from eating. Now, many of you, probably some of our non-Muslim friends, know very little about Ramadan and why people actually go without food and drink and other worldly activities during the holy month of Ramadan. There are other speakers who will touch upon that throughout their contributions. We're going to have about 4 or 5 very, very short speeches. Apart from Maroof, he says that he needs at least an hour. So I've talked him down to about 5 minutes, but we'll see how that goes.
He's up for election.
He can have 10 minutes. He is up for election, absolutely. He'll have absolutely no problem with that. For many, as I said, for many friends, it's not just about keeping from abstinence from food and drink. This is a very, very important time where actually it helps with reflection, because we take, there's many things that we take for granted, you know, the basic necessities. There are many millions of people throughout the world who actually do not get a meal every day. Never mind every day, they might not even eat in a week. So this gives us a time for many people to actually think about the things that they do themselves, and also it gives you a time to reflect and become a better person. Hopefully, when you abstain from food and all the other activities that perhaps are not best described as neighbourly, it hopefully means that for the rest of the 11 months that it makes you a better person. And it's a very, very challenging time for many of us, but I think for more importantly, it's a time for Muslims to ask forgiveness for all the you know, the sins and the things that we haven't actually lived up to, where the Almighty has prescribed for us the best way for mankind to live. So it's an opportunity to ask forgiveness from the Almighty, and also hopefully become a very better person as well, and show tolerance for all of our brothers and sisters, not just in our immediate vicinity, but also throughout the nations and the international community as well. Now, we talk about community cohesion, multicultural society, but I think in Rotherham we're very blessed that without actually labelling them into many of these things, that we've been practicing this for a number of years, and that's not by no accident. This is by very, very good leadership, not just from the other voluntary organisation, but certainly from the council. We see the excellent work that Lord Ahmed did when he first became a councillor, and then we've had other contributions. But I certainly think the contribution that's made from the current leadership over the last few years is testament to the fantastic relationships that we have within the council. And it's not just with the council and the community, with the private sector, with the voluntary sector, and under the great leadership of Councillor Stone here, and people like Brian Chappell and our local police. And it's not by accident, you know, when we saw recently, a few months ago, we saw these riots throughout the country, and people on tenterhooks, well, is this going to happen here in Rotherham and Sheffield? But thankfully, we were spared this, and it was because we have some fantastic community relationships, not just with the BME communities, but with all of our communities. And I think Rotherham is in a unique position, I think, from the rest of the United Kingdom, that we don't have pigeonholes for different communities. In Rotherham, of course, you know, we have issues of deprivation, health inequalities, but that's not magnified by race, colour or creed or even religion. We do have issues, but we tackle them as issues that affect all of our community, not any particular segment. And as I said, that's down to great community leaders like Councillor Sain, Councillor Stone, our Councillor Smith, and all the other elected members here. With far too many here to mention here tonight. We're very pleased to have our friends from over the border as well. We've got the leader of the opposition, Councillor Shafak, leader of the Lib Dems. I've told him he needs a passport when he comes into Rotherham, but he's managed to sneak in. No, we're very proud of the contribution that he makes, and also the other councillors from Sheffield as well. So I'm going to carry on with my little list here. So I'm going to ask the speakers if you all keep it to about 2 minutes each, please, apart from Councillor Stone. Obviously, I'm his deputy, right? He's the leader, so he can have as long as he wants. That's how life works, I'm afraid. That's That's how. No, hang on. That's how life works. Okay. Right. So can I? Excuse me. No heckling, please. Even though you may be the host and who's picking up the tab. Can I ask Councillor Ibrahim, please, to come along and say a few words, please?